I'm going to show you the vocal layering formula used by so many pro producers. And once you see this, you're going to start hearing it everywhere. So let's check out a couple different songs, starting with Roar by Katy Perry.
I used to bite my tongue and hold my breath, scared to rock the boat and make a mess. So I said quietly, agreed politely. I guess that I forgot I had a choice. I let you push me past the breaking point. I stood for nothing, so I fell for everything.
Okay, good place to stop as the man is getting mauled by a tiger. But so far, verse 1, all we've got is the lead vocal singing the melody. No harmonies, no backgrounds, nothing. And now we're heading into the first pre-chorus.
Held me down, but I got up, already brushing off the dust. You hear my voice, you hear that sound, like thunder gonna shake the ground. You held me down, but I got up. Get ready, 'cause I've had enough. I see it all, I see it now.
Okay, so in this pre-chorus, pretty much the same thing, just the melody, but we do have a subtle double that comes in here. And the second time the pre-chorus repeats here, there's a subtle harmony as well, but they pull it out right before the chorus. Now let's see what changes in the first chorus.
I got the eye of the tiger, the fighter, dancing through the fire. 'Cause I am a champion, and you're gonna hear me roar louder, louder than a lion. 'Cause I am a champion, and you're gonna hear me roar.
Okay, so as soon as the first chorus hits here, we've got doubles coming in, and they're pretty big. They're spread out left and right, really just reinforcing that main melody. And we still don't have any harmonies coming in until the second half of this first chorus. So let's keep listening. Let's go to verse 2.
Now I'm floating like a butterfly, stinging like a bee. I earned my stripes. I went from zero to my own hero. You held me down, but I got up, already brushing off the dust. You hear my voice, you hear that sound, like thunder gonna shake the ground.
Okay, so did you notice in this verse, we have harmonies coming in pretty quickly, and they basically stay for the entire time until, again, the last line before the chorus, they pull it back again to have some contrast. So let's keep listening into chorus 2.
You held me down, but I got up. Get ready, 'cause I've had enough. I see it all, I see it now. I got the eye of the tiger, the fighter, dancing through the fire. 'Cause I am a champion, and you're gonna hear me roar louder, louder than a lion. 'Cause I am a champion, and you're gonna hear me roar.
Okay, so chorus 2, we've got the doubles again, but this time we had harmonies coming in right off the top of the second chorus, basically throughout the entire thing. Now, let's skip ahead to chorus 3.
I got the eye of the tiger, fire, dancing through the fire. 'Cause I am a champion, and you're gonna hear me roar louder, louder than a lion. 'Cause I am a champion, and you're gonna hear me roar.
Okay, so chorus 3 is where we get everything, right? She's singing louder, it's at the top of her range. But the main difference here is that we've got ad-libs. And ad-libs can be little melody changes like you heard at the start of this chorus, or extra layers and lines that are thrown in over top of the rest of the chorus and the melodies and harmonies that are already there. But the main point is that you're adding some extra energy, some excitement, and you're making something different in the last chorus here with some ad-libs. So that's the basic formula. Verse 1 is pretty much just the melody with a single vocal. Chorus 1, we introduce some doubles to reinforce that melody. Verse 2, we start to introduce more harmonies. And then chorus 2, we've got doubles and harmonies almost throughout the entire thing. And then chorus 3, we get it all, the doubles, the harmonies, and then the ad-libs. And the whole point of this is to establish the melody first. Now, I once heard Pharrell say that if you can't have the melody stand on its own without all the harmonies and the extra ear candy, well then your vocal melody probably isn't good enough. And you can sometimes even tell amateur producers by the way they stack and layer their vocals way too early in the song so that there's nowhere else to go. It can't evolve. And another classic mistake that I hear with amateur producers is they change the melody from verse 1 to verse 2, or they'll change the lyrics from chorus 1 to chorus 2. That is a huge mistake. All right, we're going to keep listening and hear this formula used on a completely different song. This is Still Into You by Paramore.
Can count the years on one hand that we've been together. I need the other one to hold you, make you feel better. It's not a walk in the park to love each other, but when our fingers interlock, can't deny you're worth it.
Okay, so verse 1 was 90% just the single vocal melody up the middle with a couple quick harmonies on 2 lines there.
'Cause after all this time, I'm still
So listen how the vocals get a bit wider with the doubles here.
I should be over all the butterflies, but I'm into you, and baby, even on the worst nights, I'm into you, Let 'em wonder how we got this far, 'cause I don't really need to wonder at all. After all this time, I'm still into you.
So this followed the exact same structure as the Katy Perry song. We come into the chorus with some doubles, some extra layers. They're mixed a little bit quieter here, but they're definitely there. And then the second half of the chorus, we introduce a little bit of harmonies, but it's still mostly just the melody and the doubles. Now, let's move on to verse 2. And what we should hear is the same melody structure with a lot more harmonies added in.
Recount the night that I first met your mother, and on the drive back to my house, I told you that I loved you. You felt the weight of the world fall off your shoulder, and to your favorite song we sang along to the start of
All right, so exactly as we would expect, we've got the same melody with a lot more harmonies added in verse 2. Now let's check out chorus 2.
into you. I should be over all the butterflies, but I'm into you.
Harmonies in right away.
And baby, even on our worst nights, I'm into you. Let 'em wonder how we got this far.
Okay, the rest of this chorus is the same as the first one, but we had some harmonies coming in right away off the top of the second chorus. Now we're going to skip ahead to the last chorus here. And by the way, I'm kind of ignoring the bridge because these days I don't even know what the bridge is. It's different in every single song. So let's check out chorus 3. And what we should hear is some melody changes or some ad-libs or something different, right?
I should be over all the butterflies, but I'm into you.
Okay, I had to stop it there because that's really weird. You would expect on the butterflies there at the start of this last chorus, you would have the harmonies just like we had in chorus 2, but they're not there. We just have the melody and the doubles. It honestly sounds like a mistake to my ears. I'm positive it wasn't. I'm sure that was a conscious choice, but very strange to not have the harmonies there off the top of the last chorus. But anyways, let's keep listening.
And baby, even on our worst nights,
Did you hear that little vocal flavor there?
I'm into you. Let 'em wonder how we got this far, 'cause I don't really need to wonder at all. After all this time, I'm still into you. I'm still into you. I'm still into you.
So they do another classic thing there where they tag the last line of the chorus twice and they change the chords and the melody a bit. But you basically heard the same thing in the last chorus of this song, a little more subtle than the Katy Perry stuff, but there's still some melody changes. There's a little extra flair in the vocal parts. And then this time, they even changed some of the harmony structures in this last chorus. And you want to save those melody changes for the last chorus because in mainstream pop music, you basically want the listener to be able to start singing along with the chorus by the second time around. And so if you start switching things up too early, it's just confusing. But if you wait until the last chorus, well, they've already got the lyrics and the melody drilled into their head if you've done a good enough job writing it. And so they're ready to hear that extra excitement. They want to hear something different on the last chorus. And for me, when I heard Pharrell talking about melody and harmony in this way, I started really listening and studying music, and I heard this overall pattern emerge. And so I started applying this to my own productions. Just to give you a quick example, this is a song by the band Silverstein that I produced, and I'm just going to play you the choruses. You can see the first verse here. There's no layers, there's no harmonies, just a single vocal. But we hit the chorus and we've got the lead vocal and then the doubles right here and then a little bit of harmony sprinkled in. All right, now let's go right ahead to chorus 2 to see what's different here. So melody, doubles, more harmonies this time. All right, and then chorus 3, we've got harmonies through the entire thing, and there's a couple changes that I'll point out. Ad-lib here. Nice little melody change there at the end. It gives it a bit of an emotional lift and a bit of a payoff right just at the last line of the last chorus. So of course, this is not some hard and fast rule. You're gonna hear songs that have harmonies coming in right off the top of verse 1. You're gonna hear other hit songs that have no harmonies or background vocals the entire time. There's a lot of variety. You always gotta do what's best for the song. Sometimes breaking these rules is what can make a song interesting. But if you listen to pop and rock music, you are definitely going to hear this overall pattern, and it's a simple and repeatable way to make sure that your productions stay interesting throughout the whole song and keep the song evolving and growing as it progresses. Now, something else you'll notice about the lead vocals in all of these songs is that the tonal quality is very similar, right? It's very present, it's in your face, you can hear like every breath. Well, if you want to find out the secret to getting that kind of tone in your vocals, go ahead, check out this video here.